What's up guys, welcome back to another episode of Guitar Talk. Hit the like button, subscribe if you want to. Roll that intro. What's up everyone, welcome back to another episode of Guitar Talk, and it is just a bit of a short video today and a bit of a talk about some sad news that one of the UK's biggest household name guitar shops in the UK, as I said, GAK, have closed their doors for what seems like the last time, and that is a very, very sad bit of news for us because GAK have been a huge partner, supplier, and supporter of what we do here at Guitar Talk and Guitar Gear Giveaway for years now. And I just wanted to touch on that with a video and I guess kind of pay a small tribute and thank you to GAK. I will always remember as a teenager when I bought guitar magazines, there were two things that I will always remember when I hadn't been playing guitar very long. The first guitar magazine I ever bought, I bought because it had the tab for the theme tune to Buffy the Vampire Slayer in, and I really wanted to learn that theme tune, so I bought the magazine. The second thing I'll remember from those magazines is that there were two shops that would run adverts in them which always made me look and go, man, I really want to try that guitar, I really want to buy that, look at that one there. And that was Guitar Village and GAK. And GAK, in the UK at least, were one of the first guitar shops to have a massive online presence, online guitar shop, which was huge at the time, where you could go online, look at their stock, see all the guitars, see all the pictures, see all the prices, buy it, get it sent to your house. That was such a huge thing. And as I mentioned, they were one of the first guitar shops in the UK, possibly the first one, to do it and do it very well. And that was not always a great thing for me because when I worked at a guitar shop later on, Jaywalk Guitars in Somerset in the UK near Glastonbury, it's been gone for years now, but when I worked there, you could guarantee several times a week someone would come through the door, they would look at a guitar on the wall and say, hey, can you price match GAK on that? And my boss absolutely despised them because I get it, like having to price match GAK all the time because they were cheaper and you make less money and all that stuff, but I always looked at it and I kind of admired the fact that they were doing what we should have been doing and pushing forward, and they were kind of like a model for what guitar shops should be doing and evolving as a business. And that to me was always great. It's what we should have been doing as a store, but we never did. Later years, obviously, that brings me on to what we do here now with Guitar Talk, Guitar Gear Giveaway and all that kind of stuff, where, as I said, they've been one of our biggest supporters, suppliers, partners, where we've teamed up and done charity competitions together, raised some money for some great causes, and at some points they've been supplying 30, 40, 50 prizes a week, sending them out for us, drop shipping them to people who won prizes from us here in the UK, and they've been a huge part of the journey for us here. And I just want to give a shout out at this point to Mike at GAK, who he was my contact when I first started here, who when people would win stuff, I'd liaise with Mike if they were sending the prize out, and Mike would just take care of it, and he would always go above and beyond, and he was the most lovely guy to deal with. So I honestly hope that Mike, whatever comes next for you, whatever you end up doing, that it brings you all the happiness in the world. And over the years, Mike has become less of a contact at GAK and more of a friend, and I hope lifelong friend. Mike makes a mean loaf of bread and makes some horrendous hot sauce. So if you find his hot sauce and stuff and he's selling it online at some point, then please do go buy a bottle. If you're looking for a gossip video or a behind the scenes video or a what happened, what went wrong kind of video, then this is not that video. That is someone else's story to tell, not my story to tell. But we kind of knew the writing was on the wall for a while because we could tell from signs from like the fact that there were new releases coming out that they weren't getting in, that stock was kind of starting to like dwindle down a little bit and stuff. And we could tell, but we hoped it would never happen, and we certainly didn't expect it to happen this quickly. And I know the guys over at GAK didn't expect it to happen this quickly or hopefully at all. So it was a big shock to them, a big surprise to us when it happened. And you can tell from the last few videos that I put up on the channel where I was looking at more budget guitars you could get for your money. One being the GAK own brand Strat type guitar, and the other one being the cheapest guitar that you could buy from GAK, which by the time that video went up, GAK were already gone. Someone commented on the video straight away and said, hey, I can't get on GAK's website, what's happened? And I considered changing the name of the video because obviously GAK weren't there anymore, but I'm not gonna, because to me it's just like, it's a piece of history and it's a sentimental part of history for me as well. It was one of the last guitars that we got from GAK. So that video is staying as it is. And I guess that brings me on to another point of like, GAK aren't the only shop that's closed their doors in the UK in the last couple of weeks. There's Backs as well. There might be more to come. Obviously in the US, some shops have closed. And I guess the question is like, what is happening to music instrument retail stores, online stores and shops and everything? Because obviously it's not a great sign when such big stores are closing down, and something has got to change there. Is it just, I guess my question for you guys is just like, is it that the appetite for spending loads of money on brand new guitars isn't there anymore? Are there so many guitars in the world that people just would prefer to buy secondhand guitars because they've got more of a vibe about them, they're better value for money, that kind of stuff? Like, what is going on there? I know one common misconception is how much guitar shops make when they sell guitars. Like, obviously, as I said, I used to work in a guitar shop, and the margin that guitar shops make when they sell a brand new guitar is nowhere near as much as what you would think it is. There are some brands you sell and you might make 10%, which isn't huge. And I remember once towards my end of the time at a guitar shop where we had a USA Strat on the wall that was reduced to the cheapest online price that you could buy it for. And we'd had it for a while, and I remember someone came in and just went, well, you knocked 200 quid off that? And I was like, no. And they're like, why not? You must make loads of money. And I was like, how much money do you think we're making on that Strat out of interest? And they said, well, it's 900 quid, so you must be making £300-400 on it when you sell it. And I just said to him, like, no, like, I got the calculator, I did the sums, and I said, look, by the time we sell that guitar and pay everything we've got to pay, like taxes and all that, on top of selling it, we make £20 on selling that guitar. And obviously that's not every single guitar, but that particular guitar, like £20 for selling that, which is, it's not enough to run a business on with those kind of margins. And it's been that way for years. Like, if you look in all the like company's house information, all that kind of stuff, you can see loads of guitar shops and big guitar chains and stuff. They're all massively in debt. And part of that is suppliers, part of that is, you know, bad management and all that kind of stuff. But something has got to change in terms of music instrument retail to allow shops to thrive. From like here, the competition stuff, we do the prizes, we buy those directly from shops. We don't deal directly with suppliers. We like putting the money back into shops and helping shops to thrive and make money. As I said, I came from a guitar shop. It brings me a lot of joy that we can do that to help guitar shops. And obviously people may ask, what are you guys going to do now? GAK aren't there because GAK were one of your biggest suppliers. We've got other suppliers that we deal with and other friends in the industry that will pick up the business that we used to give to GAK. So all of that stuff for us is fine. We're fine to continue doing what we're doing. But so yeah, I just wanted to make this video to, as I say, give a shout out to GAK, all the staff that work there, the massive help they've been, especially Mike. And you know, maybe one day someone will buy the name and GAK will be back, and hopefully Mike will work there and I can deal with Mike again, because as I say, he's been an absolute asset to us and bring up the state of the music retail industry. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. For now, I'm going to turn this cap around and give a shout out to the guys at GAK. And I hope all of the staff there, whatever life brings you next, I hope it's amazing. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.